let the good times roll.
Moscow Rhapsody was cancelled in 2009. Moscow Rhapsody is the first-person shooter that was developed by Illusion Softworks, the makers of Mafia: The City of Lost Heaven. Before 2K Games bought out Illusion Softworks, Moscow Rhapsody was originally planned to be published by D3 Publisher Inc., a Japanese video game publisher. Moscow Rhapsody was developed for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC. So when did Moscow Rhapsody game development begin? Well, according to the United States Patent and Trademark Office, Illusion Softworks filed a trademark for Moscow Rhapsody on August 24, 2004. That is 2 years after the release of Mafia: The City of Lost Heaven. After the release of Mafia: The City of Lost Heaven in 2002, Illusion Softworks began working on multiple games, such as High Tech, Moscow Rhapsody, Enemy in Sight, and Mafia 2. Unfortunately, High Tech, Moscow Rhapsody, and Enemy in Sight all got cancelled. In this video we will take a look at Moscow Rhapsody. If you are interested in the other two cancelled Illusion Softworks video games, High Tech and Enemy in Sight, then subscribe to this channel because I will cover them very soon. So what was Moscow Rhapsody about? Well, according to a Vision Game article, Medic Rabas, a former developer of Moscow Rhapsody, said, Moscow Rhapsody was a shooter that had some interesting inspirations. The first inspiration was Rainbow Six Las Vegas, which combined first-person and third-person cameras. By default, the camera in Moscow Rhapsody was first-person, but when you went into cover, the camera would switch to third-person. The story took place in Russia and was inspired by the book Icon, which discussed the coup where some people go crazy and shoot the president, causing total chaos in the country. The player then would have to move into the situation and try to resolve it. The game had a very interesting concept. I think the game had potential for success, and we worked on it for 2 years, while also helping to make the engine that runs Mafia 2. Unfortunately, Moscow Rhapsody was made for publisher D3 and not 2K, so when 2K Games bought us, they scrapped the project and moved people from it to finish Mafia 2. The cancellation of Moscow Rhapsody was the driving force for many of us to leave. 2K Games took the project away from us, and the relationship between the Mafia 2 team and the Moscow Rhapsody team was not very good. And that is what Medic Rabas, a former developer of Moscow Rhapsody, had to say on the cancelled game. Another developer of Moscow Rhapsody, William Korbel, told Vision Game, "At that time we lived for each project and treated it as our child. We always invested an awful lot of personal time into it and wanted the resulting game to be great and something we can be proud of. So when Moscow Rhapsody was cancelled, it hurt a lot of us, and a lot of people took it hard. At that time, there was also some rivalry between the Mafia team and the Moscow Rhapsody team. On one hand, the rivalry was great. There was a constant motivation to push forward and be better than the other team. On the other hand, when someone needed help from the other team, the willingness was not very great because why help the other team when we want to be better, right?" Yeti Cooler was the senior development manager for Moscow Rhapsody, and he shared the following information to Vision Game. "Well, I joined the Moscow Rhapsody team at a time when the team was finishing the demo, which was just a demonstration of how the game should work, one playable level with graphics, effects, and gameplay. So I was a little bit involved in the demo, and then I did the planning there, and eventually I got involved in the design of the game as well. I think it was a hugely ambitious project with great potential. Even that topic was interesting at the time, and still is. Even today, Russia is a country that has a lot of secrets and unknowns. Shooters will still be a very attractive genre. I think this game was absolutely excellent and on a very good path, but unfortunately after the acquisition of Illusion Softworks by 2K, it was necessary to consolidate those resources again so that Mafia 2 could finally be created. And according to Roman Haddock, an Illusion Softworks developer, after the acquisition with 2K Games, it can be said that all other projects gradually disappeared. 2K Games threw all its might into Mafia 2 to get it finished as soon as possible. The Prague studio joined the effort as well as developing the engine for Mafia 2. The game Moscow Rhapsody was also created during the acquisition, so this team also joined Mafia 2. Of course, those teams had a hard time at the time because they had already had some development time behind them. Most of the time you get attached to the project and have a bit of personal relationship with it. When something like this happens, where the management of the company decides to cancel the project and forcibly stick you to another team, a lot of people can't handle it and consider other options. The team from Moscow Rhapsody split from 2K to form Vetra Games, a group of around 30 people who split off and started a new studio. Thanks to Vision Game, we finally know more information about Moscow Rhapsody thanks to Merrick Rabas, William Korbel, Yeti Cooler, and Roman Hadik. Before Moscow Rhapsody got cancelled and was acquired by 2K Games, on December 31st, 2007, on Vietcong2.info there was a post titled, "Sales of Moscow Rhapsody are expected to reach millions of copies." In the post it said, sometime in May, that is even before the official press release about the cooperation between Illusion Softworks and D3P, D3 Publisher published its financial results for the past fiscal year on the internet, and in the middle of the graph is the Moscow Rhapsody logo. The image attached to the chart showed expected sales for the 2009 fiscal year, which projects Moscow Rhapsody to be a major blockbuster for 2009. According to the chart's description, it says Moscow Rhapsody will sell millions of copies in 2009. And now, here are 7 minutes of gameplay footage of the cancelled video game Moscow Rhapsody from December 2006.
We are approaching the target zone. When we get under fire, stay close to me. We are Team Alpha. Do what I say, and you will see the next sunrise. Clear? Lieutenant, your squad goes first. Watch for the enemy. Let's go, man! Check your weapons!
The whole sector is under water fire. I repeat, under water fire.
Incoming! Sniper! Open fire! Advance! Go, go, go! Don't stop in water fire zone!
Reckon one. Enemy in the target zone. I repeat, the target zone is hot.
Готов! Contact! Get him back! Find cover behind the tank! Team Alpha, regroup! We need to secure that side of the street! You three, go on my signal! We hold this side of the street! You, cover me! All clear? Clear! I will cover you! Take him down! Good work! Forward! Stay away from the guard! Есть какой-нибудь? Contact! Advance! Secure that position!
Reckon 2 to grow 1. Reckon 2 to grow 1.
Drop, Wilker! Out! Prepare for counterattack! Watch out! No! Brother 1, tank support needed! Roger, sir! Roger, out! Enemy tank destroyed! Get ready to counterattack! windows! I'll cover you up! They cover! Get up! We got everyone here! Try to support! We got everyone out!
Fire team 1! From here! We are away! Come out!
Get in! Get ready, Dogma! To the square! Forward!
Threat eliminated! They're breaking loose!
Еще одна волна противника!
Someone leaked and uploaded this footage on YouTube on December 31st, 2006. The original YouTube video seems to have been taken down and removed by third parties. In this video, we can see the Illusion Softworks watermark on the bottom left, and similar to Mafia 2, Moscow Rhapsody had NVIDIA physics. In the leaked gameplay footage, we can see the destruction of buildings and glass. Unfortunately, this game got cancelled after 2K Games took over Illusion Softworks and wanted to finish Mafia 2 as soon as possible. According to an annual report of 2K Czech, for the 2009 fiscal year, the project Moscow Rhapsody had a value of 129 million crowns, or $7 million US, and was officially terminated. I don't know how I feel about this game getting cancelled. Moscow Rhapsody was in development from 2004 to 2009, that's 5 years. If Moscow Rhapsody had never been cancelled, then Mafia 2 would most definitely have more cut content and it would have been delayed even further. On the other hand, the cancellation of Moscow Rhapsody helped speed up the development of Mafia 2, with the developers transferring to the Mafia 2 team. Let me know what your thoughts are on this cancelled game in the comments below. And stay tuned because the next videos I upload will cover the other two Illusion Softworks cancelled video games, High Tech and Enemy in Sight. And as always, thank you for watching.
Lake Park, scene dark, silvery moon is shining. shining through the trees. Cast to me you, sound of kisses floating on the breeze. Act one.